We're all built like this. We're all built like this, right? So we are the physical manifestation of non-physical. In other words, we're the physical manifestation of source, the physical manifestation of our Akashic records. We are the physical manifestation of our angelic selves. We are the physical manifestation of God, so to speak. So when I talk about multidimensional healing and what we're going to do here today, I want you to understand a couple of things about that. So I'm just going to spend a moment and share that with you as I start to bring my energy more in tune and in alignment with all that is, so that what needs to come through can come through. What I wanted to explain to you is this. You know, we all are familiar with the law of attraction in this day and age, but we know it as a tool to manifest stuff, right? The truth of the law of attraction is this, and it's exactly the same words that you will hear from everyone else teaching it, but there's a next level to it. So there's 3 steps. Again, it's just normal. Ask, believe, receive, right? So at some point, you've been asking for further healing. You've been asking for further guidance. You've been asking for some help to get somewhere that you want to go. And I'm talking from your soul here. I'm talking from your higher self, reaching out, ready, saying to the universe, I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready for my next level. I'm ready for an awakening. I'm ready for a newer awakening. I'm ready to reveal my greatness, because I think that's what we're going to work a lot on today. So you asked. Now, the belief part is the bit that we sometimes get wrong, because we don't really understand that we are a physical manifestation of the non-physical. Therefore, every single time we ask for anything, but particularly for soul growth, for personal growth and for soul growth, self-growth, and let's call it self-growth and soul growth. When we ask for that, every single non-physical aspect that we're connected to, which, by the way, is all that is, which leaves nothing out, every single time we ask, all of those aspects of us come running towards us, flying towards us, is always beside us anyway, so it's not coming from anywhere, beside us and inside us. All of those aspects of us bring us what we've asked for. It never differs from that. You ask and it is given. That's the truth. That's the law. That's why the law of attraction has become so popular. But of course, we're talking about self and soul growth. When you ask, it is given. And so in this moment, I am simply the being, the human being, who's also connected to all of those non-physical aspects and to all that is perhaps providing the answer for you. Now, I'm not the only one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's no one else that can do this. I'm simply saying that I'm the one that's in front of you right now to answer your asking, because you're not asking me. You're asking your own self. You're asking your own non-physical aspects. You're asking your own God self to provide you with what you need to step into the next level, to become that which you know yourself to be at some level, right? So when I talk multidimensional, what I'm talking about is that you are a physical manifestation of your soul, of your higher self, of the Akashic records, of your angelic aspects, of your cosmic aspects, of your God self. And so as I open myself now to become a conduit for your up-leveling, for your healing, for whatever it is that you're asking for, as I open myself up to that, I become multidimensional and I step into your field. By the way, we are all connected through our energetic field right now in this moment, just simply by the act of gathering together. And so I want to invite you in this moment to set an intention. There are different tools and processes that I use in different dimensions. So we will, I'm just going to give myself up to what wants to be spoken, what wants to be shared, and we'll just let it all pour out. This is why I'm chattering, because sometimes I can't shut up my human self. So I'm just going to take a moment. And as I do that, I'm going to invite you to take a moment as well. And you might want to close your eyes. It's not necessary, but you might like to close your eyes. And I want to invite you to allow yourself to start to feel the energy building around you. As we invite in your non-physical aspects. Now, these are your non-physical aspects. These are not something that's coming inside from out of you, from outside of you. This is what you are at the core. Every part of you. You are the physical manifestation of all that is. So we're simply inviting all of those aspects of all that is through all the dimensions in time and space that wish to be present with you at this point in time and that are here only for your and always for your highest good. There is nothing else in this moment but your highest good, and your asking and your willingness to receive and to step into, for some of you, something that feels very unfamiliar, an unknown territory, so to speak, but your willingness and your bravery in stepping forward has already been shown. We're already aware of that. You might notice I start talking as though I'm someone else sometimes. I am a direct voice channel, so sometimes that happens. Just allow yourself to start to feel the energy. We're just going to raise the energy up, raise it up. What we want to do is we want to raise the energy to come into alignment with all that is. Some releasing going on there through the physical body. Some fear, yes. So we're just going to allow that to happen. And again, we just want to invite in all of the non-physical aspects, your soul self, your higher self, your God self, your angelic self, all of those non-physical aspects, all the way back to the beginning of time and beyond. Just allow yourself to feel them coming in. I can feel them now. There's a rush of wings. I can feel that absolutely every time we do this. I can feel a rush of wings. And standing right now in front of us. Whoa, that's odd. I don't normally cry in this situation. Standing right in front of us, just as it did the other day for the very first time. A multi-winged angelic being. Very high level. Very, very high level. Whew, the energy is so strong. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. We're speaking to those of you who are on the other side of the screen, and yet you are present with us right here, right now, in this moment. Thank you so much for being willing to receive, for being willing to step into the unknown. And even for some of you, for being willing to come and view this experience so that you might remember that you have all of these abilities as well, and that it's time to step up and step into those innate abilities of who you truly are as your heart opens. So we're just doing a heart opening right now. Again, if you haven't already, I want you to set your intention. I want you to share this out as a sign that you are ready to receive. Please understand that you're already receiving. We are in your energetic field alongside your non-physical aspects. Just allow yourself to feel the energy, and remember, please, that if you have an aha moment, if I say something that feels like truth to you, I'd love for you to share it in the comments, because many people will not hear what you hear, and they might like to hear that at some point. So really, the work that I'm called to do today, the work that's called to come through me today, interesting, I've just got a cramp in my foot. I'm standing up, by the way. I like to stand up and do my work. What's being called through me today is this. Every single one of you that is standing before us is a very, very powerful being, whether you know it or not, whether you know it or not. We know that at some point, somewhere deep within you, you know it, even if you pretend, even if you deny, even if you try not to be that powerful being that you are. And so what we want to work with you today is in many, many different levels, removing masks, opening hearts, releasing fear in this moment. Now, please understand that if you have physical ailments that you've asked for release of, then more than likely the physical ailment is simply a symptom of you not being in your full power, denying who you are, pretending to be less than you are, thinking perhaps that you are not enough. So we just want to invite you to allow yourself to receive, 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 receive. We're just raising raising the energy a little bit there. I'm really feeling called to use my hand. Sometimes I'll do weird things in the energy field, or in my between the base chakra and the sacral. So if that's something that you're working on, if you need to release there, if you can feel the energy there right now, it's almost like a humming. Just simply allow yourself to receive as we release that. In fact, what we're going to do is move up through each of the chakra areas. We don't refer to them as chakras, but we know many do. Moving up to the solar plexus. This is a big one for so many of you because it is about stepping into the unknown at this point, feeling your power, knowing that you're more powerful, but being afraid to show anyone how powerful you are. This is why we've asked this one to be standing in front of you and to be asking you to share her with many others so that they might also see someone being in their full power and doing the weird thing that they do without a care for what anyone thinks. Well, she's human. She does have those cares, but not in this moment. You see? Moving up to your heart space. So we want to tell you something here as we are in your heart space, opening that up for you, lifting that up, lifting that up, lifting that up. Allowing yourself to remember who you really are. We want to let you know that an open heart is the best protection. An open heart is the best protection. Someone type that in so I can use it for a quote. An open heart is the best protection. The more closed your heart is, the more there is an opportunity for someone outside of you to hurt you. You see, you emit a vibrational frequency from your heart space that asks for everything that you're believing yourself to be. So if you believe that you need to protect yourself, then you will find yourself in front of people who you'll need to be protected from. So as you open your heart, as you truly open your heart, as wide as it can be, and share it with the world, there can be no one that can harm you. Understand that. And we feel that we are done for this moment. Edda, I know it sounds almost counterintuitive, doesn't it, when we're told that an open heart actually keeps you protected. And it's a bit of a dichotomy, I think is the correct word. I'm not quite sure. There's also it's a paradigm shift, right? So what happens is, as we go through life and we get hurt, we close our heart a little bit more. We become less trusting. We become less. We worry more about the people around us and who they really are and how they're going to treat us and all of these sorts of things. So if we believe, as I'm sure we do, that you receive what you put out, or you you match with people who vibrate at the same level as you. So if you're in a place of your heart being quite closed, or even just a little bit closed, and there is always that element of you, that part of you that's questioning who's showing up, what do they want, how are they going to hurt me, then your focus is not on not being hurt, your focus is on being hurt, right? I hope I've explained that the way that I mean to. But it's a next level spiritual truth, I suppose, is how you might say it. You might say that when you stop expecting to be hurt by anyone, they can't hurt you, right? So when you stop believing that there's anyone outside of you that could hurt you, then they can't hurt you. When you finally understand that it's always you doing the hurting to yourself, and you stop playing that game, then no one and nothing can hurt you. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask questions about it, please, and we'll all get clarity together. That's absolutely to be expected as a human being, right? And we're talking about transcending those sorts of limitations, and this is a great example. So you come home for a holiday or to catch up with your family, and family is a big thing for so many of us. And so what we do is we walk into the room or walk into the house or even drive into the town or get out of the airplane, and we bring in all of these expectations of what's already happened in the past. And then what we do is we pick up that vibration of what's happened in the past. So we become who we've been in the past. And in doing so, we invite everyone around us to also become who they've been in the past. And here's the kicker, and it's not a fun thing, but for those of us who are awake to these sorts of behaviours that we've been doing for so long, it's our job and our responsibility to get off the plane or to drive into the town or to walk into the home that we've lived in as younger people in our new vibration and maintain our new vibration. This is why I say your only job is to raise your vibrational frequency and then to mind your own vibration. Now, this is a matter of practice. It's a matter of practice. You do it, and then you fall out of it. And then at some point you go, oh, I forgot, I'm doing this. So then you bring yourself back up again. You raise yourself back up again. You mind your vibration for a period of time, and then something happens and you remember the past and you go back. So it's a practice. It's a practice, one step at a time. Eventually you'll find that you've taken many, many steps in your highest vibration, and you become more and more comfortable in that vibration and that embodiment of your higher aspects, right? And so through doing that, you transmit a vibration of who you are now, and you transmit to the people in front of you a vibration of who they need to be now. And if you look at them through the eyes of love, so to speak, or through the eyes of your higher self, they will remember who they really are energetically, right? They might be fighting it as a person. They might be arguing with you at every turn. But as you become more comfortable in your highest vibration and being that being and not who you were in the past, not their memory of who you were in the past, not the reactive person to them that you were in the past, then they change along with you. I say to people in healing sessions all the time, it's going to be like everybody's changed, but it's not them that's changed, it's you. Because when we come back to the core of it, there is only one. And if I am receiving something, then there's something in me that's asking for it. I live by that, and I know it's a hard thing to live by because bad things happen. Believe me, I know. I was sexually abused when I was 8. I know bad things happen. And yet you can still have this belief and you can still live into it. So gently, 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 but practice, 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 and you'll get there. Breath, catching moment, felt the wings as you were focusing on the lower chakras and how it continues the monthly activation. in showing me my places of joy and to continue to open myself to me from a heart space, heart place, and just a little more confidence. This is the path, sitting in it and learning to embrace it. Michelle, that's wonderful. Now, just for anybody who wonders what Michelle means by the monthly activation, I have a membership site, and it is, the doors are opening in September, actually. We've got founding members in there, and we're opening up in September to new members. It's a group, a bunch of us who are here getting on our path, being on our path, being of service, you know, stepping into our purpose, all of those sorts of things. And once a month, I drop an activation in the group. It's a spiritual activation. This month has been around joy. We've done one around money. We've done one around connecting with your higher self, these sorts of things. Every month we do an activation, and we also have a live Q&A once a month. There's also opportunities in there to have private 15-minute sessions with me once a month for a select number of people, first in, best dressed. Anyway, it's a membership. So if you hear anyone in this group talking about the monthly activation, that's what they're talking about. And of course, you're invited to join us in September. If you're interested in doing that, just type in the comments membership, and I will make sure that you get on the list to receive an early invitation. So we'll be opening up the group in the last couple of days of this month to get new members to join us. It is only $35 a month, by the way, so don't think that it's something ridiculously overpriced or anything. I'm here to be of service, exchange energy, find other ways to receive payment, and be as accessible as I possibly can be. So, okay, beautiful. So thank you for that, Michelle. Okay, thank you. Just looking through all the comments. Practice presence with every breath. Beautiful, Emma. Absolutely. Take steps in your higher vibration. Absolutely, Ellen. Thank you, Adrienne. I hope you can find us here. Aisha, I'm glad that you can hear what I'm saying. I'm not quite sure what I was saying at the time. So now I'm just going to read this from Lynn, LK Tommy. Thank you for connecting with the open heart. I felt Archangel Ariel was present. I'm ready to open the heart of my business. Is there anything else I need to be doing for my business, for the business to take on momentum? Can I just say, Lynn is also one of my members in the activation membership, and so I'm familiar with her. And so what I want to say, Lynn, is this: you are doing incredibly well. You're really stepped up. You have really stepped up into your power. More coming, of course. But what you're doing now, here's what I want to say to you, because what can happen is that we step up, we start doing, and then at some point we notice that we're not getting the response we might think we should be getting, so we pull back. I want to encourage you, and I'm standing here behind you saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going until. Keep going until it takes off. One of my biggest mistakes in this business was that I kept changing things because it didn't look like it was working from a human perspective. Now that I look back on some of the things that I was doing, I would have been doing this a long, long time ago if I hadn't, you know, looked at the results that I was getting and decided that, well, what I was doing wasn't working. So there's a lesson from me to you personally. I feel like I am in waiting to give birth and nearing the end of my 9 months, but not knowing when. The anticipation is real. And this is when you will start to be looking at the results. And I'm urging you not to do that. I'm just urging you to keep doing it on your path. Keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Maybe do even a little bit more of what you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. Okay, you're doing so well. I'm loving what I'm seeing coming out from you. What is a positive affirmation that I could use to call in good health and losing weight? Well, let's turn that on its head a little bit, Sienna, okay? And let me just read. I can see you've got another comment. So I've been very stuck this year, not making best choices to support my health, and it feels a bit out of control. You see, to me, what I'm seeing here is that you are actually creating an out of control self in order to take back control, right? because this is what we do to ourselves. We take ourselves to the utmost bottom of the barrel in order to rise again. Isn't that interesting? So here's what I'm going to say to you. I want you to always, with every affirmation that you say, start with I am. I am. That's a command to your subconscious mind to find you evidence of what it is that you believe yourself to be. We're already doing this, but we're doing it with I am not these things. And so our mind is going, I am these things, because it doesn't hear the not. Right? So what I want to say to you is this: I am at my perfect weight. I am in tune with my body. I am tapped in, tuned in, and turned on by my body. And I also want to suggest to you that every single night, or at least once a day, just lie down, lay your hands on your body, easiest to pop them on your stomach, and just talk to your body. Tell your body how much you love it. And I know that's possibly not the truth right now, but this is what your body is asking you for. It's asking you to acknowledge it. It's asking you to recognize that it is also a very important part of this whole multidimensional world that we live in, and to love on it. And I often say love on it, and I think to myself, that's a weird expression. But when I say love on it, it's almost like I'm seeing this: lavish yourself with love. Lavish yourself with love. Now, I'm not talking self-care love, which is, sure, it's beautiful and perfect and all of that, but it's more about the way you talk to your own body. I am healthy. I am fit. I am my ideal weight. I am beautiful. These sorts of things, okay? Now let's talk about your embodiment homework. What I would like for you to do, Adrian, I think what I'd like for you to do is actually write that out on a piece of paper and repeat it to yourself every single day, okay? I want you to repeat that to yourself. For everyone else, I want you to find an aha moment that you had. Find something that I said that really kind of felt truthful to you, and I want you to write it on a piece of paper or a post-it note, and I want you to stick it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. One of the best places to stick anything is on an alarm on your phone, the alarm that wakes you up every morning. And then you pick up your phone, you look at it, you read it, you remember. So that's the homework for you to do, is to find that thing that gave you an aha, that thing that felt like truth to you. Make a note of it, or write an affirmation around it that starts with I am, and then pop that either into an alarm that you wake up to or that you have at some point during the day. Put it on a post-it note on a wall somewhere, put it on your screensaver, whatever you need to do, and that will help you to embody that new teaching or that new recognition of a piece of truth. And so I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you want to share this out again, if you think you know anyone who might get something from what you've heard today, or even if you just want to share something, an aha that you got from it, and tell people that I do this, whatever it is, I'm open to receive whatever it is that you wish to give me. Thank you so much. Thank you. My heart's full from all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.